Good evening, gamers. Welcome to GreaverTV. Of course, I am Greaver, and we are here for the muchly awaited semi-final. This is BS versus GBH from the Fresh Meat League, the New Zealand league for newbie players who've never been in clans before, given a couple of months to get prepared, and then chucked into a comp. And I've been joined by Ferrisar and Avril. What is up, Ferrisar?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. Feeling good? Well, we're on this rollout right here, and GBH is already at a massive disadvantage because they are missing their star demo, Mongo. Well, they're getting Danimal pretty early. You see someone in the house there. Spider's Web and Delirium going down. Virus goes down as well. Big damage on mid. Both teams are relatively even right now. Creamy Yellow Buckets goes down, as does Fad, though. And Muscala and Back Ice are going to get out on 90% Uber.
I quite believe Creamy Yellow Buckets is a pretty good demo. Actually, I've gone up against
he
him
definitely is.
in the FML, watching him go along. I think he's definitely going to do well tonight, regardless of the fact that Mongo's away.
But he's an awesome roamer. He's a really skilled roamer, so it does hurt not having him there. And Fadmucker is a much better scout when he is Soldier, even though he is pretty decent at Soldier as well. But anyway, let's have a look at this. Fleet has got a 3x cap with that scout, and they're going to cap up Spire with no issues at all. And as you can see, GBH ready here on last. Looks like they had to pop their Uber at some stage there. They might have got forced, so they're at a major disadvantage out of the box. See, I believe it's Delirium trying to get an engineer set up over there.
He actually did get caught out at middle and died Griever, so he dropped Uber, essentially.
What? Are you serious? How did I miss that? I'm sorry.
I think there was a scout fighting them in house. They killed the scout and then the Sully chased him in house and got him. Anyway, they have popped BS, so they are pushing in top left Griever.
Indeed, and we can see some pretty massive damage coming in on them, but Jet and Crackmuffin, yeah, that's Crackmuffin and Fleet going down, as does Sifraw. So they had Uber advantage. They came in and yet half their players went down. What is up with this? Muscala's going to finish him off.
Yeah, I think they really failed to kill the sentry there. I think they walked in on the wrong side. They really should have gone in bottom with that Uber, cleaned up that sentry, and then followed up by killing the rest of the players. But they decided to take the Uber top left and completely missed that sentry.
Yeah, they had, what, like 40-50% Uber advantage, and they went to hunt the medic and force a pop, of which he didn't have, so sort of missed
behind on balcony, I think, there. But GBH is going to get control of this point anyway, as the BS people rally. I'm hoping GBH is going to go and get aggressive. They've got a massive Uber advantage here.
So force pop right there.
Yeah, they've allowed themselves to be forced, but they're going to go straight up to corner. What are they going to do with this? There's no support. They're going to have to fall.
This push isn't going to really happen. Basically, BS looking like massive Uber advantage coming through here. So they're basically just going to walk in and muscle GBH out of this this corner spy area.
Well, they can't really. Like, they're 2 players down.
Once they get their players up, so Sifraw's up now, and they have that Uber advantage now.
But if GBH had have used their numbers, they could have easily tossed in a
I don't know what Delirium's
roamer.
doing on last with an engineer setup still. See Virus barely getting out there. What was that?
What do you reckon, a spy push? Do you reckon they'll push around corner, or do you reckon you go restart? They have Uber, so they could easily just go very aggressive.
They really could just muscle out right here and not even pop it. They really don't need to.
Yeah, they have given a lot of ground even.
Yeah,
They're still not
GBH
forcing
giving
them
ground,
apart.
but GBH is about to get Uber, so... And look at that, they've popped Uber for no apparent reason. What is up with that? 2-3 times cap on the point, though. Danimal goes down, but I think they're going to get that cap. Look at this demo coming out, but they have capped that point. Someone will be trying to go for last. Scout is going for last.
Really dangerous counter Uber here. Last is not really defended at all at this point, and there goes the back cap.
Yeah, and I mean, they should have seen that coming.
Yeah, I definitely believe they should have. I wouldn't have really wanted to pop that Uber if I was them. They should have really just taken that back all the way to last and thought about what they could have used it for back there. Maybe re-push out at last, but that was probably not a good pop.
Yeah, and Fleet with not the quickest rollout in the world, but he does make his third jump there, so he's going to get there at the same time as Buckets. Take a little bit of damage. He's getting some good spam in there. See a scout getting aggressive on him. Delirium goes down early here. Let's just have a look at this damage on mid for us.
I think GBH has the better advantage. Sure, they're a player down, but 2 players for red are red, one of them going down. Another player is very low, so I don't think GBH should be going so aggressive. They should be playing more passive off their damage advantage that they've got here. Like, it's obvious their demo is slightly better than Fleet, but instead they lose a couple of players, so now they've
Yeah.
got
Well,
big player.
they're probably, when you consider it, Delirium, of course, isn't core, and they haven't got their good roamer. They've got Fadmucker playing on that, so... And there's probably a bit of a mental disadvantage as well, because they know Mongo is extremely powerful. But either way, BS is obviously going to use this to their advantage. They have 100% Uber, as does Black Ice, and when these players come back up for GBH, they'll be able to hold corner successfully. It'll be very interesting to see what happens on this push, Avril.
Yeah, definitely. This is probably a good time to Uber around right here. It's going to be Uber straight on Uber if they can get their players around to the back of Spy. Blue Uber actually goes off first, so Red's going to actually pop their second. And GBH looking really aggressive on this defensive Uber actually.
Indeed they are. Lots of damage there. Fadmucker does go down. Muscala goes down as well, so looks like they have a bit of an advantage at this point. Black Ice trying to get out. He's found a scout, but is he about to run into something else? No, he's going to be alright. And yet again, BS coming out on top there.
Yeah, really, I'm not too sure I agree with that Uber pop there. They were kind of not, it wasn't really their fight. They should have really just waited for BS to come in with that Uber and then counter push.
Yeah, I agree with these. They're like, they could have actually, gone around and forced a pop, but the thing was they sent 3 players around and they were forced to multi when they had Uber disadvantage because they popped first, so it could have worked if it was just a solo Uber.
Of course. And it looks like they're just going to gear up and hold last, and of course they do lose Creamy Buckets because he was way out of position right there. And honestly, this is not the GBH I know. Obviously, this is my mental team, and they usually don't make these kind of mistakes. So
it is 2 down for GBH at the moment with 100% on BS side.
Well, they've got no demo and no scout holding bottom left, so there goes the sentry gun. The Uber's being forced. Heavy's still fine on the point, but it looks as though they've lost height advantage. This is a bit dangerous right here.
Where did Creamy Yellow Buckets disappear off to? There he is.
Creamy Yellow Buckets, can he? Oh, no he can't. And BS 2-0.
Possibly just needed to reload a couple of more stickies there.
Yeah.
The critical mistake, I think, was the fact that Creamy Yellow Buckets went behind them, back onto top lobby.
Yeah.
He got himself in a bad place. I suppose if he decided to go back, he would have got caught out with the Uber, but I don't know.
Yeah, and it looks like BS have all screwed up their rollout a bit, so they're going to be pretty slow here. Be interesting to see what GBH does. And it looks like they're all milling around. They're not getting into a decent positioning here. They're allowing the other team to get aggressive on them. What is going to happen here?
Oh, we definitely saw 2 really aggressive double scout play by BS, followed up by soldiers jumping, and it just looked like the GBH combo was just stuck inside house there for the majority of that fight.
Indeed, and the scout, is he going to chase? I think he's going to go reset.
My guess is that they didn't know how to react to that double solly rollout, so they thought they'd just sit in house, and if you don't get out of house, you lose mid, so...
Scout's just gone into house, so I think that Scout's about to get lost on his way back to reset. No, he does actually manage to get out as support arrives. And as we can see, the BS crew are in house. They lose Virus, and Crack Muffin is on 7. The BS Scouts kind of screwing it up for them a little bit here. Their combos are playing a bit smarter than their Scouts are, that's for sure. Their Scouts are quite often out of position. Same can be said for GBH's though. Anyway, 100%, CYB getting some, lobbing some pipes over the top there. Not connecting with anything, Bubba, look at that.
BS looking like they want to go through corner right now. Then in comes the Uber. Pretty early Uber. GBH Uber only just coming through now, so they got a pretty solid couple of seconds of Uber.
Left click, right click. Oh, well, how's that medic still alive? CYB does go down, but 4 times cap on the point. They're going to be able to cap this up right now. Alright, so they've capped it. If I was those scouts, I'd be off to Spire right now. Screw that, out of it.
think it was a really good job by the two GBH scouts there. Ended up losing the team fight, but did get a cap out of that, so their team will get the forward spawn and maybe make something of this next
And
defense.
hopefully Muscala falls back here. He's by himself and he can get flanked very easily. And he's going to bomb in for some reason, and he's going to kill Danimal, but he's going to go down. So Muscala with a bomb for no apparent reason.
GBH actually looking to make something of this play right here. They have a one-player advantage. They might actually do something with it.
Well, they're getting
Medic's
pretty lucky
fallen out,
because BS is just chucking random players at them.
The control point is being contested.
And they lose Fadmucker as the rest of GBH comes in, but they're dropping players.
The control point is being
And yet again, GBH managing to get positioning on mid. BS just kind of dawdling around.
No, GBH should be backing out. I really don't think they can get this, not without a lot of solid spots.
They
Sure, one
shouldn't be
comes
able to get
flying
this
in, but he's
anyway.
low.
They
I don't know why BS
So
seems
they,
to
they, BS seem to have just conceded that point for basically for free, and GBH looking to push through possibly with Uber on this corner. Yeah, they come through with Uber. Demo is coming through now as well. Uber only just comes through for the BS side.
But they're going to lose Muscala and they're going to get caught in a choke point here if they're not careful. Look at this. Oh, well, laying down some stickies. Good work. But is he going to be able to finish this soldier off? I don't think so. Yes, he does. And obviously at corner, Delirium going down right there, but smart move right there. Black Ice and Creamy Yellow Buckets backing up. Unfortunately, he's going to get forwarded by the scout. He goes down so easy. And Black Ice with a scout on him in-house goes down.
Who's the pocket for GBH? Is it
Muscala.
Muscala?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
you wouldn't
he's
think so. You wouldn't think so.
well, he's sort of dying every interlock, so
Yeah.
And then-
Unfortunately, he can usually get away with that because he has CYB there to kind of keep him safe, but, oh, well, how did he kill Virus there? But, oh, good damage on that demo. Nice work there. Fleet getting low. That scouts.
I'm not actually too sure GBH should really be contesting right here. They're just going to lose more players.
Well, they are. We're seeing it right now.
well they've got full Uber disad. They got one player disad now, but I don't know, they couldn't hold corner. I don't know why they're still trying to contest.
They really are still contesting right now. You even see a scout coming through the maintenance side. He might actually go for this medic pop or something. He's been spotted by the other scout though, so he's just going to fall back. But there goes down another player on the GBH side there. This hold is not going to look very good right now because the Uber's going to come through, and GBH don't have an Uber to respond with.
Yeah, they're just going to get demolished right here. And the rest of their team coming in when they should just be falling back to hold last. There's no saving this shit.
If CYB can get to last at this point, they'll definitely be able to defend last with something. A little something they can take out of that. Good to see Engineer coming up. They're on a big 40% disadvantage, so they need any help they can get right now.
Yeah. And I mean, it's some really simple mistakes from GBH here that, honestly, it looks as though they actually have an advantage over BS in my opinion, but they're just wasting it.
I think GBH are making a lot of wrong pushes. I think their timing, or the decision making rather, on when to actually go for the pushes is just not very good. And they're really just losing play.
Left.
They're not tracking their advantages properly either. Like, they should have known that there was an Uber in their face coming, and they should have just held back at Grey Bridge.
Yeah, admittedly, Mongo does make a lot of calls as well.
I think even on a basic level though, like when there's 6 players on the midpoint, it's really not much of a point contesting unless you're going for a 14 push.
Yeah. And that Uber's being popped extremely early. This counterpop's going to be able to come in good time.
BS dominating that top left, top right side, from whichever direction you're looking from. Really good height advantage from BS side, just cleaning up the GBH players, and GBH players now looking all on the ground. There's only 2 actually left, 2v2.
Melee fight with honor! Yes!
Nice. Now we need a scout to come down and cap the point.
No, I'm watching Sifra, he's like hiding down mainway. You can't decide whether to go for it or not.
The control point is being captured.
Well, he's going to have to make a decision soon as they got a 2 times cap on that point right there.
That recap was not a good idea.
It was too late, and they had nothing to go off of. So, as you can see, they've been punished for that by 2 players. Good of them to kill Virus though, so that'll do something to slow BS down on their push.
Yeah, and then boom, look at that, lose your primary. And so now, even with that slight Uber advantage, holding's going to be difficult.
I'm really glad to see they did manage to get their medic out of that though. Their medic, Black Ice, a lot of times when teams make really bad repushes from last, they end up losing their medic, and that basically costs them the round.
Yeah, Black Ice does have his head screwed on right, luckily for GBH.
So they do have a full 6 against 6 now with 100% Uber. This should be a fairly solid defense.
Yeah. And Spider's Web, of course, going for the sentry gun and putting it in the back position there, which is a little bit harder to remove. And it looks as though BS is gearing up to push right now. It looks like they're going to come from bottom.
I definitely think they should keep a scout up though. They've dropped both scouts for 2 utils. That's really going to hurt their repushing power quite a lot.
Hard. Players on the point, sentry helping out though, and only Charlie left up, but yet again, how are they going to push right now? Only got utils.
They really need to... Muscala should really move up as well. All that was remaining was the medic. There's actually GBH leaving 2 players behind. They really should have just pushed with all 6. There was nothing there to back up them, only a medic that was running away, so...
yeah, and I mean, we've only got 13 minutes
power
left in this match. They need to get it together, or otherwise they haven't got a hope in hell of keeping it. On the upside, Ubers are pretty much even, only about 10% in it. Of course, CYB has that sticky trap up on up near mid.
What did I miss? Anything?
Not much. Liram getting killed. For such an experienced player, Virus seems to be dying a lot.
I think he has that superiority complex that you see in a lot of scouts these days. They plus forward something one time, then they think that they can do it all time, and then they get caught out every time.
Yeah. Well, they managed to kill the demo there with that sneaky restart push, so they actually did pretty well. How is it going to work out though? Because the rest of the players should be able to hustle from here. Fleet goes down as well, so that's demo down, and this combo is going to chase them into bottom lobby.
GBH have definitely won this this Uber fight. They just need to clean up the players right now, stop the cap on Spy, and just move through to secure that midpoint as fast as possible. We've actually seen, I think that's 2 scouts. Most likely we'll cap this out. No, they're meeting resistance from the 2 other scouts. There's a 2v2 on the midpoint. And BS pulling all the way back to defend that midpoint. So GBH actually 3 players down right now. This is really dangerous for GBH. They could easily get flanked.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like that soldier's just going to run through there.
And incoming, there's the flank coming right now from behind. Scout on the medic. I don't think he's going to get it though.
Yeah, good work by CYB right there, but Black Ice dying to a pipe.
Unfortunately, Black Ice catching a blind pipe, just flying through the air.
Yeah, and BS will push.
The control point is being contested.
Well, I think we do have a back cap. We do have a back cap.
Is someone able to block that Spire point? It's not going to matter. They're going to get that cap.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Oh, CYB, nice pipe to the face on Fleet right there. But they need to be grinding.
It was a pretty well timed back cap there. I think that definitely makes up for that medic dying, the Black Eyes dying earlier.
You can tell who their mentor is right now, can't you? Actually, who was the BS mentor? It was meant to be Blank, wasn't it?
It's Taffy.
So Blank initially and then Taffy, or?
Who's
I think it
Taffy?
was both at the same time, but mainly I don't know.
Taffy's
I think we'll just say Taffy.
Yeah, Taffy's this Mexican boy. And yet again, Delirium dying, holding the flanks. Come on, son, keep it together. And Black Ice, those pipes could fall in the same place every time. and keeps going back and standing in the same spot.
So Uber's out for both teams now. BS looking like they really want to go around this corner. Maybe not, eating a bit of spam there. That soldier needs to get healed back up. Oh, interesting Uber by GBH. That was a really interesting Uber. I don't know why he Ubered that. And GBH I think that might have actually really cost them because they're 3 players down now. CBY is going to go down and just 2 up. Black Ice really needs to get out. I'm fairly certain this is going to be a team down, yeah.
Yeah. Nice work by BS, fail push by GBH.
I definitely think there was a mistake on the GBH part. Once again, they were defending, they didn't need to Uber, and they could have just waited for BS to come in with their Uber and counter push out, but going with their Uber first, that really... I disagree with that Uber.
So Ferrisar at this stage thinking GBH can pull back or not likely at this point?
If they tighten up their play, they can win. Their demo man is a lot stronger than the other, but they seem to be picking a lot of scout dolls at the wrong times and for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
As well as the Ubers. If they can fix up their Ubers, there's a good chance they can draw it equal. If they can tighten up their scouts, there's a great chance they'll win.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Not too sure who the main caller for GBH is, but just it was Mongo, is it? So they're missing their main caller.
Lie, it's probably you, Grave. You probably sit there and tell them exactly what to do.
No, not at all. If anything, I'm the absent father. It's a running joke at the moment. Griever only turns up once a week or something. But that's actually been pretty good because it means the team has been. Most of the other teams have used extensive amounts of sluts, whereas GBH has been very good at organising themselves and etc. Alright, well they lose Fad right there, but Crack Muffin goes down as well. There's a lot of damage going in though. They're all just standing in spam corridor again. They get Virus, but I mean that's no surprise. Sif4 goes down and it looks like they're going to jump forward, get aggressive and take control of this point. Be interesting to see what GBH does right here.
They should honestly keep chasing. The medic wasn't with them, so they had a lot of damage. They do have a huge player, so they can afford to just toss 1 or 2 players at them.
I think it's interesting to note, GBH actually swapped their players around. Delirium is now playing Demo, and Bucket's on, I believe, Roma.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know how Delirium is going to do on Demo, but Buckets is an excellent soldier.
Well, Fadmuck has gone to scout now. Like you said, he's a brilliant scout, so he didn't exactly prove it just then, but...
Yeah. This is looking like a better push. Oh no, Black Ice soldier right there on him. He's going to go down. And they have someone up on the spire, but is he going to be able to do much? I don't know. Medic. Wow. Yeah, GBH definitely hurting not having their caller in their star demo, that's for sure. And of course, Sif4 is quite widely recognised as the best soldier currently, or the best pocket at least. See, where's the scout going? Where are you going, bro? You're getting chased. You're gonna die, son. Oh, spider's web. Plus 4. And they have a solid 40% Uber right here. Things are not looking good for GBH.
Oh, we got a spy play. Actually, with that Div 6 game that I casted earlier today, Griever, about half the time there was a spy on the field on Snakewater. Yeah, and they got away with it 9 times out of 10. So
oh wow!
It could be that low teams either aren't hearing it, or don't expect it, or just don't have the awareness for it, and it is really making a difference.
Black Ice gets Uber just in time, and the demo goes down, as does the soldier. But we have this red soldier up here getting some good damage, and he's going to get finished off though. There's still a scout hiding in the duck, but he's been seen. Finish up that soldier. Push, 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 guys. Got 4
I'm
players
honestly
up
not
already.
sure a, a repush would actually work that well.
Got 4
I'm
players
honestly
up
not
already.
sure a repush would actually work that well.
Yeah, well, the
Spawners will
demo's
get there
already come
too
up.
quick. Well, it's the fact that they didn't have any scouts in the repush until too late, and now
Now
there's
they're
a
about
scout
to
on their
lose their
medic.
medic because there's a scout on him. And he's going to run straight to last. And yet again, they've got a soldier and a heavy on last. What is GBH up to?
I definitely think if they got a heavy or whatever, they don't need to leave 2 players behind like that.
I've already told them about heavy already. Anyway, I've already said to GBH, don't, if you can, leave your roamer on last. You need those scouts for the push. Don't leave a heavy, because a heavy can get picked off pretty bloody easily at last. I don't even agree with leaving heavies on last unless they're really skilled at the class. But yet again, that is just me. But Muscala's already gone down. And poor Buckets is in a world of hurt, and this is not looking good for GBH. Heavy goes down 2 times cap, team down, and that's going to be 4-0 in favour of BS. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to be winning a Best Mentor award.
Sorry, we'll give you a best caster award.
Yeah, for all my other competition. Fuck no, you'll probably win that as well, you bastard. Anyway, check this out. 2 times cap on the point. They're getting some really good aggression in here. BS has obviously worked out GBH just stands there in Spam Alley, and they're just getting aggressive and putting the hurt into them and taking full control of this point. But GBH does manage to get out with player ad. And
It's good fallout by GBH, but they're really struggling to take positioning on mid. Getting locked out really early in that mid fight in house. I think that might just be because their demo might actually be losing to the other demo, and coming another Uber. Another defensive Uber coming in. I'm still not too sure about this Uber that GBH keep doing
well, it
over
hasn't
and over.
worked out so far, so I'm not too sure why they're trying it now. And Black Eye somehow getting out of there, but he does get picked up in-house. And GBH, yet again, massive disadvantage as a result.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
He could actually win mid. He should win mid. Rockets! Rockets, Sephiroth! Not shotgun! Rockets!
Equalizer Sephiroth, not shotgun.
Use the whip.
And so we're seeing some truly Div 6 play right here at the moment. And CYB's going to go down as well. Looks as though GBH has packed it in and they're just going for a DM fest right now.
GBH kind of throwing 6 players onto mid when they right now they really should be defending.
Oh, what is this on my friends list? Is this a wild Mongo appearing? GBH won't have him for this game, but it looks as though GBH might have Mongo for Gully Wash. This might be an interesting turn of events. Are we going to see some cough action for the 3rd map? One minute 43 left on the clock, and things are not looking good for GBH. They've already lost Fadmucker. Britannia has had to fall back with his Charlie. He's got 100% Uber though. Black Ice only coming up on 55%. CYB doing a good job of holding bottom left though. And yet again, they've got that heavy on the point. And the Uber comes in. See what happens on this all-important last point. Looks like Spider's Web just standing on the spot there, firing. Scout's on with him, Scout kills him, and boom.
And
It's going to be 5-0.
Fadmucker's spy play on that last point, not as good as the one in the last round.
Yeah, definitely. Righto, well, we're going to wrap that up right there and head on over to Gully Wash. So for those of you listening in live, we will be back there very shortly. And yeah, for those of you watching on the YouTube VOD, make sure you check out the second map, because I think Mongo's coming in, and this might be a different game. Catch you guys soon. If you like what you've just seen, click on the links to check out more Team Fortress 2 coverage by GTV. Remember that you can help us promote Team Fortress 2 by subscribing and liking the videos.